Okay, we are starting. So good morning, everyone. Once again, in this session of artificial intelligence, today is the last session, 10th session. So we'll be continuing from where we left in the last class or in the last session, that is session 9. So I'll be sharing a file with you. Today we'll try to understand something related to your applications of AI, as we have already discussed about the history and some other perspectives in terms of decision making in business. So today we'll see some of the applications of AI, which will be including some kind of business applications as well as some kind of uh, manufacturing based applications, as well as marketing applications and even defense applications, where AI is actually being included, and a lot of plans are already in progress and some have already been started. Okay, so let's start with today's class. So let me share the file with you all. I'm audible, right? Everybody can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let me share the file with you first. Okay, I've shared the file with you all. Everybody can see the file that I have shared.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's start. So yesterday we had discussed about the decision-making concept in artificial intelligence, and we had seen how the decision support system, which included your DSS system, the basic DSS system, as well as the GRI system, the geographic information GIS system, geographic information system, and we had seen how DSS and this geographic information system, how it is applied in different kind of businesses. Even in your digital marketing, there are a lot of applications which are related to this concept of decision support system. So today we'll progress further. We'll have a recap of what we have done before also. Okay. So if you see, we have already discussed these things that what brings excitement into this field. Mainly you will see the understanding and meaning of these two words, the artificial and intelligence. So artificial refers to something which is made or produced by human beings, what we have created so that it can maybe do our work, which we do naturally, or it is a copy of something that is occurring naturally. Whereas intelligence, I mentioned yesterday's class also, it refers to the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So whatever experience and whatever knowledge and skills people have acquired through education or their practical experiences in different fields. So all these things can be applied in terms of whatever problem related problems are there in different situations. So some of the examples that you can see nowadays, we have so many smart applications where this AI concepts have been used. Like you have got smartphones, smart televisions, smart calendars, smart cards. So all these appliances are basically working on the technology, which are part of AI. So we had discussed some of the AI-based algorithms yesterday. Also, neural networks was there, fuzzy algorithms were there. Okay, so all this different algorithms, along with the concepts of the big data, machine learning, all these things are being used in today's times. So if you see in terms of applications, uh, you see today, very recently, you will see almost I think 2 or 3 years back, the government also laid down plans of how to use artificial intelligence for different kind of organizations in different manners. So the Niti Aayog, uh, the government of India Planning Commission, so they set up a national strategy for artificial intelligence. Many of you might be knowing this. So it refers to the ability of machines to form cognitive tasks like thinking, perceiving, learning, very important part of AI, problem solving, and decision. Okay. So this technology, initially it was conceived in terms of how our normal intelligence can be copied by machines. So AI has evolved. We all know how it has evolved since 1956, when in Dartmouth College that conference was held, and very different kind of applications were being discussed that time. It was not actually AI, but something related to a neural networks. And then Alan Turing came up with this Turing test. We had discussed yesterday also. So it has evolved through all those different stages of evolution. So with incredible advances at present in terms of data collection, how quickly data can be collected, the concept of big data we had discussed yesterday, continuously flowing tremendous amount of data from different sources. And of course, you also have hardware improvements in terms of how you can store data, how you can process data. So the computation power has also increased, the processing speed has increased. Intelligence systems can now be deployed in different places. We have the concept of bots, nanobots. All this are being deployed in different areas all around the world, even in warehouses, manufacturing units. So you see some of the examples also. So they have been deployed to take over different variety of tasks. Of course, enable connectivity, IoT, the concept of IoT. Anybody can tell what is IoT? Yes, the concept of IoT. Anybody knows, they can tell. It is the Internet of Things, right? So nowadays there are so many smart applications, and all these smart applications are connected with each other 24 into 7 into 365. So this is, of course, possible due to the spread of the bandwidth in terms of 4G, and of course has been upgraded to 5G also in recent times. So all this are impacting the productivity of the organizations. Organizations now can think in terms of how they can manage this tremendous amount of flowing data. Of course, data analytics and all these things are also coming into use along with this basics of artificial intelligence, which we are studying. And then you have World Economic Forum, the WEF in short form. So according to them, AI is the software engine that is driving the fourth industrial revolution. So at present, the industrial setup which we have, or the pattern which we have, it is known as the fourth industrial revolution. So we can see the impact in different homes, businesses, political processes. So almost all possible environments, whether it is your demographic environment, whether it is economic, whether it is your normal environment or technological environment or political environment or social environment. So everywhere you can see the impact of artificial intelligence in one way or other. In this embodied form of robots, we are already seeing a lot of developments, possibly by some of the leading companies in the world. So one of those companies is Tesla. I think all of you know about it. So Tesla is into automobiles, Tesla automobiles. Plus, they are also in the R&D of robotic sciences, and they have come up with a lot of humanoid robots. Two or three versions have been launched. Latest, I think, last 10 days back, they have also launched another new robot. humanoid robot, which is full of surprises. Of course, they are conducting a lot of tests and all this to test the ability of this robot and compare it with normal humans. So, according to the test and all these things, there are certain objectives like driving cars, stocking warehouses, and taking care of those children or elderly people at homes. So you can see the promise that it holds for our society. And of course, there are many challenges which are there, which we have already seen. A lot of algorithms are there, but all algorithms have some limitations. And machines, again, they need to be trained in terms of how to do certain work and then continue doing it without errors. That's the most important part of AI. Plus, there are challenges related to unethical use of data because we still don't know where the data actually goes and who is processing it, who is actually in control of it, and how they are going to use it. There is another problem that lies ahead is again potential job displacement in terms of if AI starts to penetrate into different areas of the job market, then possibly it will replace some kind of basic level jobs from the existing human labor. So that area is gray area. So there are a lot of debates going on in this area. So if you see in terms of machine learning, the scope is increasing and AI's deployment is present in all aspects of our life because it is continuously learning and changing on its own. Like I mentioned yesterday about the GPT concept, that is generative pre-trained transformers, where it is continuously improving itself by learning from us every second. Every second, thousands and maybe not even thousands, millions of queries are being made to this GPTs, and they are learning from us, our behavior, what things we know, what things we are asking for. So again, it tells a lot about human behavior, and they're learning about these things. Okay, and of course, it also tells us that how humans themselves can collaborate among themselves in terms of multi-stakeholder collaboration, so that both the government as well as private companies, they can do a lot of innovation, but of course, there should be some accountability of what kind of work is being done using AI. In terms of transparency, also how data is being used, not harming the privacy and security concerns of individuals. And of course, all these things should lead to trust. That is most important part. Because above everything, trust must be there. Otherwise, people will think that AI is of no use, right? So maintaining trust is another important issue in terms of application of AI. Then again, European AI, European artificial intelligence, they have their community, and they are also thinking about the integrated vision part. So according to them, AI is not well-defined technology, and there are no universally agreed definition, as I already mentioned. So again, it covers a lot of things in terms of how data is analyzed. And of course, yesterday also we had discussed about the pattern recognition concept, where certain unstructured kind of decision making is done. So in those areas, specifically like stock market and all this, as I was mentioning yesterday also, you need to find patterns. Where does your data fit into the pattern? So if you find that your data is fitting into a particular pattern, so you can predict to some level, maybe 90-95% level, that what will be the future position of your stocks, right? So this pattern recognition is another area where this artificial intelligence has a lot of work to do. So AI is not a new technology. As I mentioned, a lot of preliminary developments have taken place since 1950s. While some markets, sectors, and other individual businesses are more advanced than others, so AI is still at a relatively early stage of development because we have just surpassed almost 70 years of AI in terms of actual growth since 1950, if we start from there. Okay, so the quality of most existing applications, so there are a lot of developments still to be made. The machines which we have are still not so perfect. So more and more possibilities are there. Okay, so this is what European artificial intelligence leadership that discusses in terms of how AI is placed at present and how it can develop further in future. Okay. Now, as I was mentioning, if you see normal applications of AI in our daily life, some of the things that we are actually doing, the hardware systems we have, one basic device we all know, we all are aware of, is smartphones. So the smartphone has so many applications. I think all of you already know about it, that are running and providing services with the help of AI, of course, AI-based applications like Google Assistant. We are using, I think almost everybody uses this Google Assistant very commonly, most of the time, almost, I think, twice or thrice in a day, minimum, maybe. We are using this particular concept of artificial intelligence, which is very, very popular, almost all among all the users who are present. Okay, this is one particular area. And then we are discussing about this concept of how we are using social media. So, of course, social media is very popular among the current generation as well as the previous generations. So, if you see, there are more users on social media nowadays if you compare it with 2010 or 2015. So you have some social media websites like Twitter. Now it has been converted to X after being taken over by Elon Musk. So then you have mega corporations, Facebook and Instagram, of course, which is also very popular. And then you have Snapchat sending notification and all this management of how these softwares are being handled. How do you think it is possible? By normal humans, there are human administrators, but the number of human administrators are going down and down with each passing day. So these things are now being managed by artificial intelligence algorithms, which are very, very popular among the founders of this social media services. Okay. So AI takes all your past behavior. It counts all your web searches, all your interactions, even if you delete some interactions, maybe you have chatted with a friend and deleted everything, but all those things are actually stored in these servers. And they are actually analyzing that behavior and then predicting your future behavior based on your past behavior. Okay. So everything else that you do when you are on these websites. And then they try to predict that what will be your behavior in terms of maybe shopping behavior or your likes or dislikes, what kind of particular event you might attend in future, something like this. Okay, so it's all about customization, and customization of billions of people, if you can say, it's not possible to be actually conducted by humans. So you have this AI in place, which is doing all these things. And then you have music and media streaming. You have thousands of apps now available in Google Play or just even in web browser. Something like Spotify, very popular. So what do you think, Spotify, how does it actually labels or customizes your preferences, your albums separately? It provides you the facility of creating your own albums separately or your own playlist, right? Similarly, Netflix is also there, YouTube is there. So everywhere you see behind all this social media applications, you have artificial intelligence, which is actually taking decision based on your past behavior. You must have seen that when you watch a movie on Netflix or even in Amazon Prime, then just after finishing the movie, you see certain recommendations are there. Okay, horizontally, 3, 4 recommendations are there. And it is said that since you have watched this, you can also watch this. I think everybody has observed who have been using this uh, particular Amazon Prime or Netflix, right? Am I right? Okay. So if you see in YouTube also, you get same kind of recommendations and all this. So all these recommender systems I mentioned yesterday also are being handled by artificial intelligence algorithms. This recommender system, very popular system, which falls under this particular category. AI also creates playlist history, as I already mentioned, and it also helps in giving recommendations for watching or playing songs that I've already discussed about. Then comes video games, very popular among today's youth, but you will see many of these video games are having software control, and this software control is done by artificial intelligence. So there are many video game companies which were the earlier adopters of artificial intelligence. You see, creating video games requires a lot of complex uh, uh, GUIs and mathematics and stats and all this. So behind all this, a lot of complexity is there. So the more the complexity, the more the requirement will be there of AI, artificial intelligence. So AI generates random levels in video games. You will see that if you have crossed 2 or 3 or 4, 5 levels, then automatically the levels become much more harder or more tougher. So who does this? Who is doing this? Human beings? No. These things are being done by AI bots or AI algorithm bots, which are present behind the actual game controlling devices. In many games, AI has defeated world champions, like I mentioned yesterday, how Gary Kasparov was defeated by one of the supercomputers, the blue computer which was there. So, okay, then you have some of the games which we all know, PUBG, DOTA, Fortnite. So all these are AI integrated games, and whatever new games are also coming in the market, they're all backed by or they're all supported by artificial intelligence. Then you have smart home. This concept is growing very popular in European countries where people tend to work almost 4 to 5 times a day, 4 to 5 times in a week. And of course, they're traveling a lot, so they require some kind of home security system as well as maintain things within their home. So the concept of smart home has evolved. So many smart home devices are there which uses AI to learn the behavior of the members. Like smart cameras are there within your home, and it records everything. Let's suppose you have children and pet in your home, so the smart cameras will actually record and find out what kind of uh, uh, activities are going inside the home, and later you can see that if you need to make some changes in your home system. Smart voice assistants are also there, which are also playing a vital role in smart homes. So voice assistants are there, like you are sitting in maybe your dining table and somebody has arrived at your gate. So you can see the person using smart camera from that place itself, and you can talk to that person using that smart voice assistant also. Or you might direct your somebody at the end of the door to actually open the door, something like that. Smart thermostats are used to adjust temperature based on user preferences. So based on your health, the temperature inside the room can also be maintained. So that's what smart thermostats is all about. Then you have smart lights. I think many of you might have seen this or even experienced this or even have in your homes, where depending on uh, how you are going to approach or what is your mood, these smart lights can change colors also, or they can go on and off based on the presence of human beings inside their homes. Okay, so the smart home concept is also very, very popular. Okay, so These are some of the basic developments that we see, and many of these developments we are also aware of. So we'll go to the next part. Okay. Security and surveillance. As I already mentioned, another area where this artificial intelligence is in use. You have nowadays thousands of cameras which are continuously monitoring uh, everything around a particular place. You have this smart security and surveillance cameras inside high-tech buildings, technology buildings, and even in very established smart cities. So all this is done by artificial intelligence itself. It records all the movements, it tracks all the movements, and everything is actually maintained inside a particular database, which can be analyzed later. If some problem is there, they can detect such problems. Then you have got two things. One is your object recognition. So the object that is present in the environment that can be recorded, and you can find what object it is. You can also recognize people based on the face recognition concept or algorithms which are there. And all these techniques, both the object recognition as well as face recognition, is getting better and better day by day. Okay, and more advancements are also coming out. There are some security cameras which are themselves invisible in naked eye, but they are recording everything around that place. Then you have got smart keyboards and apps. So smart keyboards, they provide comfort for users while typing on the screen. So it generates suggestions based on writing style of the users. It also displays a few words and emojis, right? So this kind of facilities are available in today's uh, smart concept, of course. Healthcare, I mentioned yesterday also that healthcare area or the domain of healthcare has a lot of AI coming in for their applications. So with an introduction of AI powered machine detection of diseases, and treatment has become a little bit easier and convenient. And you see most of the modern hospitals have a lot of devices, AI-based devices, which are monitoring health aspects such as your basic kind of health parameters like blood pressure, sugar level, or maybe body temperature, right? Or many other ailments can be there, which can be easily detected using machines which are controlled by AI. AI-powered machines are also can be used for making process of treatment, like it can suggest you which possible medicine or combination of medicine is best suitable for a given person based on his or her health records in the past, right? So some person might be allergic to one particular kind of medicine. So those things will be uh, subtracted, right, from wherever the person has some problems, and other alternatives might be suggested based on recommendations by the AI-based system. More, more applications of artificial intelligence, e-commerce, very popular area. I think everybody knows about this. So your online shopping, whether you are doing on Amazon or eBay or Flipkart, like websites, there are chatbots which collects data of customers and building, of course, a very good rapport with each of the customers who are appearing, right? So if you see Flipkart, Amazon, thousands and thousands of people are appearing every day, and I should say lakhs of people, and 30 to 40% might be just visualizing what kind of products or alternative products are available. And maybe to some extent, this chatbots are there. They can help you to understand what kind of products you are searching for, and they can shortlist for you certain products which are under your requirement or which falls under your requirement. Then you've got smart email systems. Now you have got smart email systems where you have got modern email apps like Spark. which provides the facility to get rid of the spam mails. So you have got AI-based smart email systems. So they will automatically detect what are spams and what are important mails which are entering your area or your inbox. So they will separate spam from the important mails, and they can easily help you to get rid of unwanted or unsolicited mails. So it also categorizes emails so that users can quickly read the important ones which are more priority. It can also identify priority mails, right? Maybe many times it happens that you are getting hundreds of mails in a day, and something very important information came from some particular customer or some particular company person, and you might not have seen it also, but this smart email system, what it does, it actually filters out something which seems more of priority, and it will show them first to you based on the priority concept, right? So the smart reply concept is also there, where some kind of suggestions are provided. Nowadays, this is provided by Google also, Gmail also. I think many of you might have seen. When you type in certain replies, it suggests you two or three words in advance, or maybe a full sentence in advance. I think everybody has tried or seen this. Okay. Next, we have got smart cars. So as I already mentioned, smart cars, Tesla is doing a lot of changes or bringing a lot of new changes in terms of what kind of products are available, especially which are related to this particular concept of your smart cars. A lot of accessories are also coming in, very improved kind of accessories, and all this are part of your smart car system. Auto driven kind of concepts are also coming in. Traffic management, as well as some kind of security, which can be there inside the cars or the interior of the cars and all this. I heard about 10 days back there was a news that the interiors of the car, that it also changes the design based on the mood of the person who is driving the car, something like this. So again, so many new things are happening in this field of smart cars. Then you have got smart drones. I think everybody knows Amazon has already been using this concept of smart drones, and Walmart has also started this service in US. Especially, they are delivering certain important kind of products, especially medicines, in those areas where it is very difficult to venture using roadways or railways or other methods of transportation. So drone delivery system. So Amazon's system, drone delivery system is known as Amazon Go. I think you might be aware of this. So they are heavily investing in drone delivery programs, these two companies, and it will become a reality far sooner than what we can expect. Then in banking and finance, a very important sector. So the banking and finance industry, it relies on AI for providing customer services. Whenever you open a website of a particular bank, you see nowadays there are chatbots which opens up automatically when you visit it, and it asks what kind of information you are seeking. So you have 3 or 4 alternatives, and based on what you click, certain kind of queries are being generated. So that it can help you to further narrow down your search and get to the ideal solution. So it can also help you in protection against fraud. Of course, when you transfer some kind of money, there is a chance that some other third party might be trying to see what is going on, but these banking systems are now having this smart security kind of feature, which protects the customer or the person who is actually conducting the transaction, and it also protects the person who might be at the other end of the transaction. It can also provide you investment suggestions, especially in fields of stock market investment or mutual fund investment. So while using the chat service of the banks, the chat is represented by bots only. All these are bots, right? The moment you visit, a bot is generated, which helps you to move further inside that particular website. And it can give you a lot of important information related to products or services. So in the finance industry, of course, AI can also be used to analyze data. So it's not that it is only helping customers, but it is also helping the managers of those systems to actually do some kind of analysis of that data, right? So based on analysis of your data, it can predict that what kind of future investments you can make, or what kind of investments are most suited to you according to your investment pattern. Then you have got online ads networks. So you see now it's not that only banking, finance, or e-commerce AI is doing some work. Apart from this, even how to create advertisement from the publisher's endpoint or from the endpoint of the companies who want to publish in digital domain. So AI is just not tracking records of users, but it is also serving the ads based on their stats. Like a person, if he has visited maybe Flipkart and he is searching for a washing machine or an air conditioned machine. So what generally happens, all these behavioral aspects of that person is recorded. And when the person is visiting again Facebook or some other social media posts, those ads related to washing machines or air conditions, those ads are being shown, right? Relative ads. So this is how digital marketing behavior is being thoroughly analyzed, continuously analyzed, so that it can show you relevant ads which belong to those categories. So with the help of AI, ads network displaying random ads online. So they keep on showing you random ads based on your past preferences or past selections. In terms of navigation and travel also, you see nowadays people, when they're visiting to other places or within the country or outside the country, so we all like to enjoy rides, and of course this has become much easier with the help of concepts like being brought by Ola, Uber, or even shuttle for office goers, right? So this is one concept. So here also you see the AI is managing all this different kind of booking of rides or searching for destinations, how you can get destinations. So it helps every user to identify that what is the best possible route, best possible vehicle at which time, uh, and of course, which is the right time at which the person will be arriving at a particular destination. So all this support is being provided using the AI concept or the AI bots. Then you also have got Google Map navigation. Yesterday I told you about the GIS concept, the Geographical Information System concept, through which you can actually go in depth and you can find out different locations while you are traveling. So it can act as a traveling guide assistant whenever you are moving from one place to another. Even without asking others, the Google Map might show you at around 80 to 90% correct mapping. So plus minus 10% I'm keeping off, because many times there are certain changes which might not be looked upon by this Google Maps. So it can also show you real-time traffic data, right? So wherever condition is there, so it can suggest you take the alternative route. So it will suggest that alternative route to you. So this is another of the great applications where AI is moving forward. So as I mentioned, how it developed in 1940s and 50s, and of course, Amazon was the one of the first companies which used this particular assistant, the Alexa concept. I don't know how many of you have that Amazon Echo, right? So that Amazon Echo is another great AI assistant which can be installed in homes, and if you have 6, 7 smart devices inside your home, you can control it using voice assistant through this Amazon ecosystem. So you give the command to the Amazon Echo, and it will be connected to all other devices in that particular location, right? So there are different games also where AI has been used. So there are some activities which are there. Now, if you see in terms of AI domains, so there is a concept known as human-machine interaction, which is very, very important in terms of how humans interact with machines. So if you see human-machine interaction refers to the contact between humans and machines to fulfill a specific task or operation, right? So there are certain things which humans want to do, and we have realized that without the help or aid of machine, it will be very difficult to conduct those things. Okay. So in AI human machine interaction, there are three possible areas where a lot of work is going on, and research is, of course, uh, going on very uh, at very fast rate, or you can say at very encouraging rate, better word to be used. So number one, in the area of data, of course, what kind of data you have. So you can have audio data, you can have video data, you can have textual information, text-based information. So these are the three things, three ways by which actually data can be interpreted. Either you speak it out and it is recorded, or you show some kind of video-based files in terms of audio and video combination also. You can get those files, MP4 and maybe MKV, this kind of M3KV, this kind of versions are there. Then you've got textual information. This is at the basic level of information that should be available. If somebody is just typing and asking a query, maybe on Google or any other search engine, or maybe in other places, even in social media. So all this different kind of data are available. So a lot of research is going on in this domain, how to analyze this kind of data. Then you have got computer vision. So this is an area where uh, both hardware as well as software requirements are there. Because when you say computer vision, there are certain sensors, right, which are installed on cameras. So these sensors detect what kind of object, what kind of faces are there. So you have got face recognition system, which is very, very popular, one of the popular usage of computer vision. Then you also have got some other kind of smart interactions and other applications also, which are also going very popular. Object-based identification are also there. So computer-based identifications are there. Then you have got NLP. I mentioned yesterday also, when person is talking to another person, maybe both of them are belonging from different cultures and they speak different languages. So how is it possible to uh, actually conduct a meaningful kind of communication between these two persons? So there are different levels of developments that are going on. So analyzing different aspects of languages, so how languages can be interpreted and what meaning does it have when a person is speaking one sentence, right? Then you can have text planning. So a lot of text-based analysis is also going on. So they are analyzing different parts of a single sentence. Like if you speak 3 or 4 words in a sentence, so they will analyze each and every word in that sentence, and even it can be analyzed separately as well as combined with other words within the same sentence. So if you're speaking like uh, I want this particular product. I want this product. So that word I will also be analyzed along with want. So I want. So that will be analyzed. I want this. It will be also analyzed. I want this product. It will also be analyzed, right? So individually words are analyzed as well as combination with other words. What meaning does it hold? That is also analyzed. So this is uh, one of the levels of NLP. So as I already mentioned, data is found everywhere. It can be something like data of students, class, roll number, name of the person. So data is the backbone of AI. We all know it. Almost 98% of all systems, AI systems. So what feeds AI? If you ask this question, the base answer is data feeds AI. So AI will improve when it has data, more data, sufficient data. So as system development grows, processing of data also increases. So data can be in any form, as we already discussed, audio, video, big data, like predictions, insights, forecasts, decision making. So data can be in all those formats. Computer vision, as I mentioned, it is a field of science which has grown in recent times, where computers are trying to gain a very high level of information based on digital images or videos. So this basically includes information related to acquiring images, what kind of images are available, processing of images, then you have analyzing images, then you have understanding images. So related to images, all these different functions can be performed using computer vision. So what are the areas of computer vision? So computer vision is mainly used for face recognition systems to recognize faces in images and videos. So the application areas, we all know, we all are using this, right? Google Photos, you have got Snapchat, you have got Facebook, you have got Instagram, etc. So everywhere you see the concept of computer vision is there. How machine sees humans, as simple as this, using its own mechanism, whether it is hardware, whether it is a software which is assisting in terms of correctly predicting the face of a person, whether the person is that person or the person is somebody else. Then you have got content-based image retrieval system. So let's suppose you have an image where 10 persons are there in one particular picture. So how do you understand that this person is exactly the same person which you are searching for, right? So there are a lot of image properties like composition is there, color is there, RGB mix, red, green, blue, the basic color combination that is used. You can have further divisions like Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay. So texture-based combinations are there, high texture, middle texture, low texture. There are a lot of mixes related to this. So the application areas are search engines like Google and Bing, which are used in different CT scans and MRIs in hospitals also, right? So image based applications are used in hospitals and medicinal areas also, health related areas. Computer vision can also help in smart interactions uh, to supply input to computers. So that is also very, very important, that how you can find correct data related to images and then feed it to computers. So it can be used in games, computer games, of course. There are different games which are being played, RPG, role-playing games, or massive multiplayer online role-playing games. Systems also are there which are designed for differently abled individuals. There also this computer vision is enabled. Computer vision can also help in terms of environment perception, such as analyzing videos or images or video feeds for identifying patterns. As I already mentioned, behind all images, there are patterns also, right? So that has to be identified. And perceiving the environment based on collecting data from the environment. So there are application areas like home security systems, there are office security systems, there are drone-based surveillance systems. So all in these areas, computer vision forms an integral part of the development. Then you have got NLP, as I already discussed. So it works on its own principles, separate area of development. Syntaxes are there, commands are there, keywords are there. So another very interesting area to work under this artificial intelligence concept. The aim of NLP is developing such systems uh, uh, that work on human natural language. And of course, it is very, very complex and one of the most difficult areas. The reason is so many languages belonging to so many cultures, interpreting them, mixing them. And of course, as I mentioned, one of the examples that somebody has spoken something in English, it is converted to Russian and then back again to English, right? So those kind of transformation again are might be very, very difficult. So it might not actually be relevant when you arrive at the final translation than what was in the beginning. So it means the original might not be equal to the actual destination based whatever learning you are getting from that sentence. Right. So again, it's a very, very complex area. It has two main components. The natural language understanding part. So it basically tells you that how you are understanding what has been spoken or what has been written. And that is converted into data. It is used for spoken or written language to provide a link between natural language inputs and what they present. It analyzes different aspects of language, right? Next, you have natural language generation. So NLG uses structured data and generates meaningful narratives out of it. So it also helps you in understanding different phrases. You see, very interesting this one. In different languages, there are different phrases, right? So if somebody is speaking in maybe one particular language, which is his own native language, and he belongs to Russia or maybe some other country, and he has spoken a phrase, even let's suppose I'm an Indian, I understand English, maybe a little bit of Russian, and then I'm hearing that person, but I cannot interpret correctly the meaning of the phrase that person has spoken. So are you all getting it? So many times this kind of complexities might be there. We may not be able to understand each and everything of a particular language. There are many, many hidden facts or many, many kind of different idioms and phrases which are common in their spoken language, but it is very difficult to interpret it in another language, right? So this NLG can help to find those things, of course, with the help of text planning, sentence planning, and text realization, right? So this overall NLP is a combination of natural language understanding. First is understanding, and the next one is natural language generation. So understanding as well as generating. So these are two important parts of actual natural language processing. So some of the applications of AI in daily life, of course, smart cities, as I mentioned, but at present there is no formal definition or standard definition of smart cities because it depends on few factors. So these factors are, let's see what are these factors. Country. So if you talk about countries, there's a huge difference between two countries in adaptation and implementation of technology. So maybe one country has done too much, another country has just started. Maybe one country is in fourth phase of development, another country is in first phase of development or second phase of development. Next, you have city. Again, cities of one country have great difference in term technological development. The same kind of difference might be there. Some cities are very developed in terms of adaptation of uh, this technology concept, whereas other cities might not have developed much. Even in many US cities, you will see there's a huge difference between New York and California, and maybe compared to other places in other parts of US. Level of development. The level of development of cities are based on their administration, the city residents, and the government. So overall mixture is there. So that tells you how much development has taken place. Willingness to change and reform. So this is also one important factor because technological evolution, it brings changes in many things. And of course, technology requires latest equipment. I mentioned technology. What does it mean basically? Technology, is it just how services are being provided to us? No, it means the basic software which is providing the service as well as the hardware which has been created so that it supports the software which provides the service. So both hardware development as well as software development, both are very important. So technology requires latest equipment and component to which it is compatible. Very important between hardware development, compatibility. If you have 3 or 4 components of a device and one component or two components are of very high technology and other are of not so high technology, then there will be issues of compatibility. That means it will not provide you exact output which you desire. So all have to be compatible at the same level. So all have to be at level 4 so that it can provide the overall output which is expected at that point of time. So that is only possible when you have proper compatibility. Otherwise, it will not give you the result. Some AI systems may not work on a few devices, as I already mentioned. So first, we need to update that one. So again, as I mentioned, software might not be updated. That is another problem when you are having errors or having some problems while using a particular device. So change and reform is necessary. Of course, continuous changes are taking place both in hardware and software technologies. Resources and aspirations of city residents. So a city is made up of resources and aspirations of city residents. So of course, if the residents of a particular city, they desire that they must have a very high quality of life and that life will be actually improved with the help of these smart devices. So of course, that is also very important that what people desire in a particular city. So based on that, development is also being affected. So if you see the concept of smart city, it refers to that city which uses AI and other digital and ICT based components, internet based communication technologies. So ICT stands for that. So based components so that your life becomes better and more comfortable. In smart cities, you have smart homes which can connect with each other and provide number of benefits. Some of these benefits that you see, providing doorstep services. So you don't need to go out of your home. Automatically, the nearby uh, shoppers or the nearby retail outlets, they will know what is your requirement and they will deliver those products at your doorstep. You can communicate with other homes also, even without going out of your home. It has few sensors in terms of information transfers. It can provide data and use data to analyze different aspects of citizens. Okay, so citizen-based index can be created if you are in a particular smart city. Smart home, as I already mentioned, it refers to smart home technology, which refers to any suite of appliances that can be independently and remotely controlled using a common network. As I mentioned, different smart components or devices are there in your homes, and all these are controlled by the person who is residing inside that home using some kind of communication technology. For example, as I mentioned, you have got thermostat, uh, then you have got audio speakers, then you have got lights, then you have got security cameras, then you have got television. So all are connected to a network. So as a part of smart home technology, it will possible for you to control them from a single device. That is your smartphones. So just see the application. Just using your smartphone, you can control all these devices in your home. So what are the advantages of having a smart home? Number one benefit, managing everything from a single location. So just without moving from one place to other, you can control so many things. Like in some cases, you may need only to install a single app, which can activate all your devices like security cameras or ACs or televisions and other appliances, whatever are smart appliances, of course. Number two, it can help you in energy management or achieving energy efficiency. So again, it depends on how how much high technology you are using in this smart home system. So it will help you to make everything uh, very efficient in terms of saving energy, like power consumption. Right? If somebody is not in a particular room, then the lights will go off. If somebody is not in front of TV, the TV will automatically get switched off. So now you can imagine machines are responding to human presence. So if that happens, automatically lot of power consumption, lot of energy consumption will be saved, and lot of pollution level in terms of too much electronic usage will also reduce. Okay, so for this kind of things, like even if you have ACs or something like this, uh, or maybe smart refrigerators also, where the temperature will again vary depending upon how much food you have in the refrigerator. So that can also be balanced. If you have 4 people inside a particular house and AC is on, so it will understand how much temperature is required. So exactly that temperature will be provided, not more, not less. Optimized level. Maximum home security. So incorporating your surveillance features, of course, you can keep an eye on every place around your home, or even on your terrace or around your home. Uh, so of course, smart security systems. Nowadays, there are also smart drones which are installed in different locations in your homes. Cameras and of course 2 or 3 drones are also there in a big surveillance compound. You can actually use this thing. Okay. Smart schools in European cities, some of these European cities, you have the smart school system. So a lot of advanced technologies are being used for both teaching and learning purposes. So some of the advantages of this smart school system. Number one, ability to interact with anyone around any corner of the world. So it can allow you to remotely interact with any person through collaborating via various virtual educational platforms. So educational institutions can interact with students and manage without worrying about communication gaps. So even if the student is inside his home, that can actually communicate with the student. The teachers can communicate with the student, and they can understand that uh, what are the requirements of that student. If is learning something, is having some difficulty. So those things can be communicated. You can also go green by replacing paper with digital tools. Of course, a lot of wastages of paper and other kind of pencil and all these writings will go away. So this dynamic sharing of information, it can help you to move away from the use of paper, pen, printouts, and all this in the learning process itself. So that itself is an example of smart school. Improved productivity and instant access to resources. So you can see that productivity will be affected. The visual model itself basically tells that how you can engage things better, how you can engage students better. So there will be plenty of resources related to a single topic, and based on the requirement at that point of time, you can share information among students, among teachers, so that they can coordinate among themselves and they can make it a very appealing kind of learning experience. Then you have smart building data to connect smart cities. So as I mentioned, there are certain things which are required in smart cities. Number one, electricity. So of course, a smart building must have electricity, proper electricity supply. And of course, based on the power requirements in every place within the building, right? So if you can reduce and save electricity as per behavior of the family members within your house, you can bring down the total consumption of electricity. Okay, so that is very important. Then you have got maintenance, the smart building data. So if you collect data regarding each and every family, monthly consumption, power consumption. So it helps the maintenance and service department to understand that what kind of problems can take place in terms of electric consumption and how it can be managed properly. So prediction becomes much easier. Then you have got health parameters. So again, you see, it can also provide help to provide data of sick people in the building. So again, many times it happens that people are falling sick, right? So they will have a list of people who have fallen sick in the last 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months. And they will exactly know that these 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people have this kind of problem. So they will be ready for uh, recovery in terms of providing medicines or providing health support to these people based on their requirements. You can see how much smart system it can become, and of course provide help to them at their doorsteps. Then you have got smart citizens. So of course smart cities require smart citizens, or may converted them into smart citizens means you know how to handle smart gadgets smartly, of course. So smart cities help government to attain the sustainable development goals. So it can reduce the wastages inside your smart city. It can save water consumption, of course, very important water consumption, because uh, pure drinking water is actually a problem in many, many areas all around the world. I think all of you know this. So if we can save water in terms of how it is used for drinking or how it is used for other home-based activities, we can subsequently control and have a better management on water resources. So even it can help in terms of uh, reducing poverty in a particular area or in a particular smart city. Smart citizens live life smartly, and of course, so you exactly know how to work on this kind of devices and gadgets. So smart living is one of the rising topics of related applications of AI intelligence. So if you see smart living, what does it consist of? It refers to how you are using AI-enabled technologies in daily life, maintaining different kind of gadgets such as sensors, and of course you get a lot of alerts to deal with environmental conditions. It can provide you notification if something has gone wrong inside a smart city, right? And they'll be ready to manage that thing. So closing and opening the doors, windows inside houses, that is also a part of smart living. Maintaining room temperature, that is also included. So in such critical situations like fire or gas leak or any other emergencies, it can help by generating alerts, right? So a lot of alertness level can also be provided depending upon what kind of facilities are there inside that particular location. Now, the development of AI, of course, there are certain goals which have been laid down by United Nations in General Assembly in the year 2015. So that is also a very, very critical area of development, which is actually propelling the current development phase. So it basically tells us that what kind of targets we have at present and how these targets can be fulfilled. So there are 17 SDGs which were adopted. So number one you see was for no poverty. Uh, Number two was there for zero hunger. Nobody should be without food. Third was for good health and well-being. Fourth was for quality education. Fifth was for gender equality. Then we had clean water and sanitation, I mentioned before. Seventh was for affordable and clean energy. Eighth was for decent work and economic growth. Ninth, industry, innovation, and infrastructural growth. 10th, reduced inequalities. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12th, responsible consumption and production. Uh, then 13, climate action, very important, pollution control and all this. 14th, life below water, very important, ocean management, ocean level management and all this, ocean life management. Then you have life on land, normal animals and all this resources, whatever we have. So how you are maintaining those things. Peace and justice, peace, justice, and strong institutions, of course, that is also very important. And then you have got partnerships for the goals. So that mentions that we have to work in partnerships, private between private companies, private public sectors, so that we can fulfill all the above previous 16 goals that have been laid by United Nations. So all these were adopted for three main purposes. Broadly, if you classify all this 17 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, there are three main aims. Number one, better environment. Number two, better society. Number three, better economy. So all these are major challenges that we all face or facing, the world is facing at present. And we think with the advancement of tech growth or technological growth, we should be successful, at least within the next 15, 20 years. AI should be able to solve some of these problems at least. So this is the main goal of course, AI for achieving sustainable development goals. So social impacts, as I already mentioned, number one, all governments, they have this goal, no poverty. That is first SDG goal. Second, zero hunger. Third, good health and well-being. Fourth, quality education. Fifth, gender equality. Okay, so all these are goals led by United Nations. Then you have got clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure. So innovation should be continuous. It should never stop. Reduce inequalities. So creating tools by which you can reduce inequalities among the current population. Then you have got responsible consumption and production. So it is apparent that whatever resources we have, we don't waste any of the resources that we are receiving. Climate action, of course, saving the climate and of course taking care of our climate. You see a lot of changes are happening nowadays due to pollution and global warming, all these concepts. So keeping a check on them. Life below water, marine life, basically the life under the seas or on the seas. Life on land, as I mentioned, how we can promote use of ecosystem through various platforms like using social media, search engines, so create a better life for people who are living on the land. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. So that is also one of the important goals, that how we can achieve peace and justice, and of course, strong institutions which can facilitate this. And then have partnership goals. So AI can help to provide partnership and support other partners to achieve such goals. Okay. So what are the skills required for jobs of the future? Very important area. I think everybody should be interested in this. Number one, communication skills. Very important. You see, nowadays, it's all about exchanging information, right? So one of the essential qualities of the future workforce is their communication skills, how well they communicate, what they are thinking in exact form to others. It should not be like you are speaking something and the other person is understanding something else. It should be so well spoken that the person in front of you exactly understands what you're speaking, right? So there are many other ways by which you can actually improve on this particular area. Okay. Number two, knowledge of basic maths and science. Of course, this requirement is also increasing. A person must have good knowledge of basic maths and science principles. Why the requirement? So much requirement. The requirement is because you have to control machines which are driven by AI. And all these machines which are controlled by AI, the basic form lies in maths, right? Especially maths and basic maths and some sciences. Applied mathematics, Of course, many systems and AI tools are using applied mathematics concept. So some AI research is also required in applied mathematics principles. So that is also important. Next, English speaking as listening. So to deal with technology, English language forms, of course, a very important advantage or added advantage for future high-paying jobs. Techno savvy, there is no way you can go or leave this out of the box. So you have to be techno savvy. You have to understand every time some new technology is coming. So whether it is Monday morning or whether it is Wednesday morning, you should know exactly what is there in the market at present. Of course, it can differ from one industry to other, but you should be aware of what is going on in at least one industry or your area of focus, whichever area or industry focus you have. Machine learning, of course, again, it is essential for most of the future jobs related to AI. So a person who's dealing with AI must also have to deal with machine learning projects, like I was mentioning about GPT concept, or we also have computer vision, something like this, right? So all these are machine learning concepts, how machines are learning from the environment. So at least minimum one or two of them we should be thorough about. Data science. So as you are familiar with different domains of AI, as I've already spoken, data is of course going to play a very key role, and you must be aware of the different principles of data and how it is maintained, processed, all these things. Programming languages, of course, you see in number one, Python. Python has become very important in today's terms, if you are especially into the coding part, understanding how the machine actually understands what kind of commands are being given to it. Then you have got R, the number two, again, open-ended kind of programming language. You have got Go, etc. And there are many other AI tools and technologies. So all this should be considered very important for job seekers. Then you have got data and analysis. So many big companies have a big job role or new job roles are going to be created in the form of data analyst. Of course, who is responsible for this data analysis part? So again, data analysis, as I told you, we had discussed yesterday. That's why we discussed that. Decision support system. So without analysis, you cannot decide what you are going to do. So this particular data analyst position is going to be one of the most in-demand position in the next 5 to 10 years or even next 15 to 20 years. Then you have got AI research. It is advanced skill for job or future development and implementation of AI, as well as for current growth. So research is one area, this AI research, which must be continuous. So if you think yourself as a person who is going to be in a good position in terms of future or in terms of future career, so you have to think in terms of research, AI research. So what research is going on in AI, we have to keep ourselves updated with it. Very important, very, very important part of development, present development. So what are the possibilities of AI technology in health? As I mentioned, of course, we all have seen how COVID-19 affected the world. Millions of people were lost during this time in different countries, especially in US and some European countries and Asian countries also. So they developed two important concepts related to AI in health. One was InfraVision. So it is developed in China that uses AI in medical services. So it is the concept of using deep learning and computer vision. Deep learning means you focus on certain symptoms, let's suppose for one disease, and you keep learning about the roots of that symptoms. So if I say cough and cold are the symptoms, so then you try to understand the actual evolution in terms of how that disease started from the first hour till the person was actually suspected or the person was actually diagnosed with that particular disease. So it's learning in detail, as much tiny or minute details as possible. And then computer vision is also, they are measuring health parameters and all this. So recently it was used in China for fighting against COVID-19. So in China, it generates around 1.5 billion CT scans per year, only for lung cancer. It detects cancer accurately and efficiently, and it also helps radiologists. Okay, so this is one area where AI is being used at present. And then you have uh, another massive development which has come in the recent times. So Google has come up with one of the marvels in terms of application of AI in health, that is known as DeepMind. Okay, so it was influenced or has been influenced by neurosciences. So it is designed to basically copy the human's mind behavior or brain behavior, how your brain is behaving. Okay, so this DeepMind, they have developed this particular concept, and is actually the application of this DeepMind has defeated many chess players also and many other players also. So now Google is expanding this system to healthcare sector to reduce the time required for planning treatments and diagnosing the sickness. Okay, so now this method they are deploying in the health sector, so that we know that a lot of time is wasted when we are treating a particular person, and many a time late diagnosis or late medication can result in the death of the person. So it actually doesn't help. So that particular time, if it is to be saved, then this DeepMind comes into effect, right? So it understands pretty quickly that what can be the possible ways by which this disease can take place. If any of them are detected in a given particular candidate or a particular person, then the person is diagnosed with the disease, and it suggests all these remedies as quickly as possible. Google has also brought some other technologies like Google Phishing Watch. So this can be used by law agencies to prevent illegal phishing. So they have started in US and Canada and all those areas. It is also a product of Google that uses cloud computing, machine learning, and geo mapping using AI and satellite to predict vessels at the sea. So it identifies the instances of illegal mining, right? So again, you see, this illegal fishing is a big problem in US and Canada and many European places, because outsiders come and fish in the area of one particular country and they take out a lot of fishes. So this concept was developed and it has been very successful. Then you've got Google Brain. It was started in 2011 and used for image recognition at initial stage. So at present, is serving many different purposes. Mainly the three main instances have been found. Number one, image enhancement. So we can actually help in improving the quality of the images that have been captured. Next, you have natural language processing. So it is able to process the language part analysis or language analysis part. It is also being used in YouTube video recommendations, so that you suggest the right kind of videos for a certain group of person or a customized person also. In terms of customer experiences, it is available in Walmart. So Walmart is a very, very big mall, we all know, number one. the largest retailers in the world, multi-retailer, of course. So it is a mall and retailer like DMart, which is serving through offline stores as well as online stores. So they are using this AI technology for improving the customer experience, both within the store as well as online. So they are using these two important technologies, that is the AI technology and the IoT Internet of Things, which scan and go, pick up towers. So they have established these towers in different areas in US where they can easily scan uh, the requirements of different people living in those areas, and it can suggest whether it can be delivered or they have to go to those stores to collect those particular products. So it is also experimenting with FRT, the facial recognition technology, to measure a customer's mood and understand whether the person is happy or sad inside the store. So this is another latest development that has been brought by uh, Walmart. Next, they have come up with another toy, uh, a doll kind of thing in the market. So that is, they have got this concept of Hello Barbie, which can basically talk with human beings. So these toys are using AI concepts like language processing, so it can speak in your own language, depending on in which country it is being used. Presently, it is used in India, not in India, in US, Canada, and one or two European countries. And they are testing other languages also so that it can be established in other places. In China also, they have actually started this. Uh, it is using this language processing, machine learning, and advanced analytics. So these toys have a microphone that records the voice of a child and selects the dialogue from the server and gives the response. So it mixes a lot of things together because everything is connected through IoT, and it actually helps in generating the response for the queries made by customers. Talking with machines, there another important development, but this was actually one of the audio dramas created by BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. So it allows listeners to have a conversation with machines, and it allows listeners to answer the questions. So by these questions and add to something to this story. So it has actually worked with this Google Echo, as I already told you, the smart controller, which is found in many places all over the world, like more like a Google Assistant kind of thing. So this Google Echo and Google Home, so it can be used in this particular way. So possibilities of AI with vehicles. Volvo is already using AI systems for different components. So it collects data of vehicles and improve the stressful conditions, and of course increasing the driver and passenger experience. It is also using AI for R&D, research and development. BMW, so one of the biggest companies, very popular company, Bavarian Machine Works, we all know about it. 30 million raw parts handled by BMW's logistics team Delhi. So these are shipped from 4,500 suppliers around 31 different countries. So BMW has understood that the complexity of task is very big. So now they have started to use this AI to handle some of these tasks, even in manufacturing of cars for quality control. So BMW, they themselves released an OSA, open source algorithm, which was a software that can review, edit, and improve the source code for quality control. The aim was to improve quality, right, for all the products that are assembled within their factories. And they're also coming up with a new kind of series or new kind of car, which will be a self-driving car. Uh, they have actually come up with something, but it's still under testing, so it might not have been commercialized. Then you have got IBM Watson, one of the biggest hardware service providers since 1950s and 60s. So it also facilitates enterprise-based services, apps, and tools for developing and managing products or apps in various corporate services. So it has services like IBM Cloud, I think all of you know. AWS, Azure, Google, or your own private cloud platform, right? So all these different kind of cloud computing services are nowadays available all over the world. Then John Deere, uh, this is another latest development. It provides farm vehicles. So in US, again, they are using this that uses GPS and AI technology named FramSight for automatic plowing and sowing the farms. See how advanced is their agriculture. They are using GPS and AI in agriculture. So this company uses AI technology in agriculture. So it checks the availability of pest on the crop and report any pesticides needs to be applied or not. Simple. If you can remove the pests or insects from the plants, your plants or whatever crop yields you have, you will get it more efficiently and on time with high quality control, of course, right? AI is helping in that case. In media, they are using it very conveniently. There's a system called Radar. Reporters and data robots are there. It is popularly known as Radar AI. So it is a service which collects data from various sources like government, local authorities, public services, and release news. So it writes about 30,000 stories monthly basis and uses natural language technology to write them. Okay. This is used mainly for those companies which are generating a lot of news from different places. Netflix, how we can forget Netflix in media? So Netflix uses AI for predictions of what's of their customers. So what can be watched? What possibly can be watched? So then this data will be provided to content providers and content creators. So based on AI recommendations, new contents will be created. And this way, AI helps Netflix to commit new seasons on their shows. So can you just see that depending on what people are liking at present, some shows will be continued and some shows might be discontinued. Or they might also suggest what changes can be made in certain shows based on what people like. So it's a reverse kind of thing that is going on based on the fascination and imagination of people. Now they are creating programs or shows which people might like, right? Then you've got Cortana. Microsoft Cortana is a very popular product of Microsoft. So if you have Windows 10 installed in your system and you might have used it or you might have seen it. So you might have seen it, actually everybody has seen it if you have got Windows 10. So it is virtual assistant performing various roles. You can just tell it, okay, find this, find some error, fix some errors, open this application, or open the media player. So it will do all this work for you. It can work as a chatbot on Skype, okay, or display news to you or weather travel. So it can do multiple work just based on a single command of the user on Windows 10. Ethics, very important part, as I've already discussed during the beginning of today's session. So AI ethics, it refers to the basic principles of how AI system designing is taking place, that uses the good code of conduct, so and produces the results. So code of conduct possibly should be good, because at present we still don't have full control over AI development, whether it is hardware or software. But very recent, many leading scientists and technologists, they have told, and even some governments have told, that we should have some basic ethical system of development of AI that can keep a control or tab on what developments are taking place. So in other words, ethics means what is right and unethical means what is wrong. Of course, it has been divided into two areas: AI biasness and AI access. So biasness is what? So biasness means when you tap or allow a button on your mobile or smartphone. You are giving some of your own details, right? Whenever you install some app, just think like this. You are giving some details. So it collects data from your smartphones and sends it back to the service. So again, as you have seen that most of the robots or assistants are available in female voice only. So practically many people are telling why this kind of badness is there. Okay, so what can be a good policy which has certain components like transparent system? It should be transparent for everyone, every user. It should give possibly the same kind of results, high quality result. Right of data collection. So whatever data you are collecting, you should have proper principles for that. Freedom of leading the system. So again, it should not be biased towards any one particular person or any one particular company or group. Okay, designing part should be very well controlled. It should help people and not cause any problems while designing any AI hardware or output. And data deletion again is a very sensitive area. Which data to keep, which data to delete from the database. It's a very sensitive issue, and we still don't have proper answers to this problem. Okay. Next is AI access. So again, nowadays, whenever you install an app, you must have seen you have to click a button, I agree, right? And tap on that particular button. You put the tap on. So if you are developing a system or a new technology, you might face certain ethical issues to that system or new technology. Similarly, AI systems are also facing a lot of ethical concerns in today's market. So what are those concerns? What are those main concerns? Number one, whenever you install any app on your mobile, the app is asking for permissions. Like the details of your contacts. So it is taking each and every detail of every person who is in your contact list, right? So this is what AI is accessing. Number two, location. Every time you are moving along with your smartphone, so it is maybe accessing your location. Some of the apps I will tell you, like this transportation related apps or communication related apps, GPS related apps, wherever GPS is there, right? Wherever your geolocation services are required, everywhere they are using your locational service. Email service, sometimes some apps, they also use this email details of the person on whose smartphone it is installed. Storage, of course, storage has to be accessed, otherwise files cannot be saved or stored. Then you have got notes. In some apps, they have got access. They ask access for notes also, where they want to write something like error files and all this. So they take the control of this particular thing. So AI access is a set of ethical concerns that is related to adoption of AI systems. So what are the concerns? At present, unemployment. So if AI accesses too much into our system, so maybe it is doing good for itself and not for us or humans. So the problems of unemployment might still remain. Inequalities, we are not sure how much actual problems are being solved by AI. So inequalities will still remain. Negative adaptations might be there. So it means data access is there, but how much it is useful for us, that's a big question. So we are still not sure that how much positively it is affecting us. Maybe it can go negative also. And the black box problem is there. Many times we are completely unsure of whether we will get something positive or whether we are going to get something negative out of this. Okay, so these are some of the areas which might become very, very problematic. But this needs to be resolved, of course, for a better future. Okay, so as we have discussed today, related to different areas wherever AI is applicable, but I would like to point out just one more thing of how AI is actually being applied uh, in India, especially in defense sector. So very recently, I got this file of how AI is used in different sectors, especially the defense sector in India. So this is a government of India, Ministry of Defense file. So they have just provided it. So according to our resolution, a lot of products are being developed by PSUs, public sector enterprises, with the help of private sector. Okay. So a lot of money has been invested. Almost 100 crores have been allocated for different services wherever AI has to be implemented. Very recently, this has been done. So there are some areas, I will just point out certain areas where this development is taking place. So basic AI platform automation. Then you have got autonomous unmanned robotic systems. So all this are proposed AI areas of development in the next 5 to 10 years. Then you have got uh, command control communication, computer intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance systems, which are being in the process of development. We have got blockchain automation. Government is putting a lot of money to automate blockchain and, of course, bring it under government control. Then you have got cyber security also. Then you have got human behavioral analysis. Then you have got intelligent monitoring systems. Then you have got IoT or smart cities. The government is planning in these areas also. Then you have got some kind of defense system, the laws, lethal autonomous weapon systems. Then you have got logistics and supply chain management. Uh, Currently, there are tremendous uses of this logistic and supply chain management. Manufacturing and maintenance, also there's a huge requirement. Then you have got operational data analytics, wherever operational data is present in different places all around the country. So the analytics of those things. Perimeter security systems, there also AI can be applied. Process flow automation for large systems, for big manufacturing concerns. Then you have got simulator or testing equipments. There also AI application is there. Speech or voice analysis systems using NLP. I just discussed about this NLP, so they are using it. Okay, so these are some of the developments which the government is planning at present. So anyone has any question related to our today's discussion? Yes, any questions from anyone related to today's discussion? So this is our last session. So before ending up, I will provide you with a link in the chat box, which all participants can fill up. So I'm just saying, and somebody please tell me whether this link is actually accessible or not. Okay, I have provided that link in the chat box. All the participants are requested to please check and tell me whether this link is accessible by them or not. Can anybody tell me the link is accessible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can start up filling that particular quiz. 30 minutes that they have to finish that quiz. And once you finish, you can then leave the session for today. So thank you all for participating in this eventful discussion related to all the different decision tools and IT tools that are used in business management. and hope all of you have benefited from the different lectures that have been provided from the first session till today's session. And we hope that we will continue with this kind of courses in future also, and hope we all will be increasing our knowledge base through this kind of useful discussions. So once you have filled the quiz, you can leave the session.